I'm lost for words, guys. Oakland is getting worse and worse. In fact, if you guys think San Francisco is bad, well, travel over the bridge and get to Oakland, it's even worse. Like, if you want a setting for Cyberpunk 2077, but without like the skyscrapers and the cool tech, you get Oakland, right? Where even 911 doesn't even work. Like, you'll probably get a quicker call by calling Spectrum or Bank of America on the phone than calling 911 in this area. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure the law enforcement in Oakland, they want to do good, but I guarantee you law enforcement in Oakland is so overstretched that it's crazy. Massive officer shortages. You also have very low budgets. And like I said before, they just can't do much, right? When there's this many problems and you don't even have that many personnel. I guess this is kind of like what you get for the defund police type of situation. Well, of course, if you look at this, police, they took a bunch of RVs from a homeless camp, dumped it on the streets. Now the residents are moving out. The tenants are moving out as well. California property manager describes life next to homeless RV encampments. And check this out. You have drug use, drug dealing, a lot of litter, a lot of garbage everywhere, stolen cars being broken down to parts, and guess what? I'm sure the property manager has called the city several times, and of course the city just doesn't care. I mean, for some odd reason, the Bay Area has this tendency to not care about property owners, business owners, and also startup guys. But at the same time, they just want loads of money all the time. They're constantly taxing people. They're constantly taking money from businesses, but they don't support them at all. And this is what the Bay Area deserves, right? Businesses moving out, property values plummeting, and people selling condos and selling commercial real estate properties and getting out to places like Miami, Las Vegas, Austin, where there's actually a tech scene. Now, RVs are being moved to Holland Streets in the spring of 2022, and apparently we're actually seeing this situation happening more and more. A lot of these homeless RVs, homeless encampments being moved from one area to another. And there's even straight up, guys, RVs and homeless camps being, I guess, on fire. I'm not really sure if they're being set on fire on purpose, but they just catch on fire under the freeway. Guys, if you just take this picture right here, and you guys guess where this is, you probably say A, a war zone, 2, a third world country, or 3, some crazy place out in the middle of nowhere that we don't need to know, and of course 4, all of the above. And then I tell you, yeah, this is the Bay Area. This is where, our tech is, our Twitter is, our Apple is. This is where all of the most talented engineers are. You'll be pretty freaked out by what I just said. You wouldn't even believe it, okay? You can't make this up. Of course, Oakland's getting worse and worse, and they've received some money here and there to help the homeless, but most of the places just really look like this, and a lot of this isn't even cleaned up. Just rubbish, just garbage everywhere. I mean, this is what's happening to Oakland. I mean, pre-pandemic, it was pretty bad, but now it's even worse, guys. It's getting worse and worse every single day. And check this out, okay? Donut shop guys. It's really tough owning a small business in Oakland right now. Armed thieves terrorize beloved donut shop. And like I said before, it's pretty hard to get on the news, right? This donut shop isn't the only store that's being terrorized by the situation. And it's not just Oakland, guys. It also spreads very far. It spreads to Fremont, goes to San Jose, and especially San Francisco, guys. It's getting worse and worse. Look at this. You also have armed robberies of cash, machinery, and I guess even donuts at this point. You also see crazy stuff happening in vape stores. This Afghanistan guy got robbed $100,000 worth of merchandise. You also have cafes being robbed, ice cream stores being robbed. And there's not even that much money in a donut shop or ice cream shop. I mean, they sell ice cream and donuts, for Christ's sake. Like, how much money are even in their coffers? Not even that much, okay? And we've even seen people break into an ice cream store at night, not to steal cash, but to literally scoop ice cream with their bare hands. I mean, the Bay Area is crazy. I've never seen this before. I mean, I've seen robberies, and usually they target like very wealthy stores. I guess maybe someone's gold, diamonds, or places with high amounts of cash. Not freaking ice cream stores, cafes, and donut shops. Like, they don't even have that much money, right? They don't have that much cash on them. The machinery isn't even worth that much. And what we're gonna do is steal ice cream and donuts. Like, what are you, 5? That's what I'm saying. only in San Francisco. I've never seen this before. And it's getting worse and worse. And this is what Oakland gets, right? This is what they get right here. The highest vacancy in the US. Office vacancy in Oakland's core business district hits 35.7% in the second quarter. If you guys think 35.7% is high, that is not even the real number. If you go to Oakland right now, you may think, oh, it's 35.7%. It's bad, but at least they could recover. Not entirely, because if you check out some of these buildings here, right? A lot of these buildings are pretty roughed up. They're even more vacant now. A lot of these buildings and skyscrapers, their so-called business district, if you could even call it one, the vacancies are way more than just 35%. Here's the reason why. Because there's a lot of buildings that are still being leased out, but the lease hasn't ended yet, but the tenants have already moved out. So you have floors and floors and floors of space that's already leased out, but no workers are in them. So if you really look into the vacancies, it's more like 50 to 60%. And as the years goes on and the months goes on, more and more vacancies start happening. People can't even sublease these buildings out. And guess what? These buildings are empty. They are completely empty. It's just glass, cement, and concrete at this point. And like I said before, small businesses are leaving in droves. And Oakland 911 computer dispatch system fails for a second day. Can't make this stuff up, guys. This is literally GTA 5. If you want a place in the world that has anarchy, Oakland is probably the best for you. Oakland's 911 is basically useless even when the system is online, and a lot of times it's offline. And it's crazy to have the dispatch system failing for 2 whole days. I mean, you're probably getting several stores being robbed. This is why Oakland does not have any nice stores. Anything that's a little bit better than a donut shop, it doesn't exist in Oakland. I mean, check out, the restaurants and stores here. You don't really get any designer. I mean, you might have a Whole Foods, you might have a Target, but that's really about it, right? Go a little further out. Oakland just doesn't have anything nice. They used to have some pretty decent stuff, but not anymore. It's getting worse and worse. And even San Francisco, same thing. Call 311, call 911, call the city council to get some tents removed. Good luck, okay? You might as well be talking to a wall, or you might as well be talking to a log. Nobody's going to help you. This is why businesses owners are leaving. They said, okay, crime is one thing, but it's another thing when the city genuinely doesn't care. Now, like I said before in the beginning of the video, I'm sure law enforcement cares, but they can't really care that much, right? There's only so much caring to go around when you're having such a small, tiny little budget. The Bay Area is getting worse. Definitely not a place to open a business. And of course, this situation happening, you can have a perfectly decent condo building, having tenants making money, and then suddenly just a bunch of camps being popped up, drugs everywhere, call the police, and nothing really has happened, and there you go. Your building drops 50% in value and all your tenants leave. And that's the truth of it, right? And these guys leave, they're frustrated. I have no words for this city. It's crazy to see a city really deteriorate itself to this level, and you just have RVs and stuff burning. Crazy city, guys. This is basically cyberpunk, but without the skyscrapers.